Where's the good dirt? Where's the good dirt? Oh, it's that sustainable. I'm going to see the gardening coach. This is Jeff with Sustainable. I'm your gardening coach. We're going to be talking media. We're going to be talking organic amendments. We're going to be talking intermedia for those hydroponic guys. A lot of this stuff is really important when we're talking growing our plants because we have to have something for our root base. So if we're working on ground outside, we don't want to grow in this chunky clay, hard, sandy, rocky stuff. Our roots can't get through that. We want to be growing in beautiful, brown, rich, aerated, soft, fluffy soil. So we're going to talk about how we can make that and what we need to do to have great, great gardens. Let's go. Good afternoon, guys. This is Jeff, your gardening coach with Sustainable Hydroponics. Today we're talking about our media. Now, we did have a little bit of a pre-show talking about what types of soil we want to grow into, but we absolutely want to talk about amendments first. Sometimes we can't necessarily afford bags and bags and bags of soil, especially if we're doing large property, large garden beds, acreage even sometimes like that. So we want to talk amendments. We got some forest humus, some compost, we got some volcanic humus, and then down there at the end we've got some all natural or all purpose soil amendments as well. Now, if we're working with really heavy clay type soil, such as this, then we need to add some compost and some humus material in order to break this down so that it's not so hard and compact. It's just horrible. We want to make that soil look nice and light and fluffy. See how the roots, it just falls apart very easily. So this is what our end goal wants to be, and we can achieve that with a lot of these amendments. Perlite is another great amendment that helps with drainage. So that's something we can incorporate with our outdoor gardens as well. For those guys who just have little tiny soil beds that don't necessarily want to spend the time really building up the soil life over a period of years, because some of that compact stuff can absolutely take a while to break down and really turn into plant ready food. We've got bags available for that. This King Blends mixed right here, this is incredible. It's basically 3 cubic feet of ready to grow soil. These bags are awesome. You can actually cut the tops off of them and make them into planters all on their own, so you don't even have to move it from the bag. However, I really highly recommend, even if you're doing some treating and you want to just build the soil base, start off with a really good heavy blend like this. Fox Farm makes another one. This is an extremely nitrogen-rich soil. If you've got some pretty inert media that you're really trying to build some healthy activity, soil activity, then this is absolutely going to help you do that because it's so rich. As we move down, we've got this Strawberry Fields. So the next one we have is the Strawberry Fields. This potting mix is specifically designed for fruiting and flowering plants. So those flowers that tend to produce vegetables, fruits, stuff like that. We need a little bit higher potassium mix in there and phosphorus mix. So this has that. The Strawberry Fields really does an amazing job with creating a soil that is just gives everything the plant needs without overdosing it right off the top. It's an extremely popular product with a lot of our Fox Farm guys. Happy Frog is the next one we have here. It's a little bit cooler than the Strawberry Fields or even the Ocean Forest. This is just a really great general all-purpose potting soil. If you're wanting to just get your garden bed started off for the year, I highly recommend a little bit of a little bit of the Happy Frog with some of the Fox Farm Ocean Forest. Works amazing. Now, at the beginning of the year, we obviously need to start our seeds off. we don't want something so hot that it was going to burn those little tap roots coming out of our seeds. So we need something a little lighter and a little easier for those roots to get through. This Light Warrior does an amazing job with that. It's super fluffy. It doesn't have a whole lot of nutrients in it, but it does contain some humic acid and a lot of mycorrhiza, and those two things are very important when we talk root development. So for your starting seeds, I highly recommend, again, this Light Warrior. They come in little 12-quart bags. I believe it's 1 cubic foot. It really is an awesome product. I highly recommend the Light Warrior for starting your seeds. Now, if we want to stay a little less expensive, but we still want to get the job done and really start building a soil base in our outdoor garden, this Black Gold Natural Organic potting mix does a really good job starting as a base. So whether you want to do just some flowers or a few tomatoes here and there, or you want to start your garden bed off right, this Black Gold will really do it at a very inexpensive cost. So you can get pallets of this stuff for very cheap. So if we want to really build up a big garden bed, I recommend this Gold just for cost purposes. But it does fall in line with the King's Blend and the Fox Farm line. So keep that in mind when we're looking at bigger gardens. Now we're going to come over here and talk inert media. The cool thing about all these inert medias is you absolutely can use them within your garden. So even outdoors in our soil, we can add some of this stuff to help increase drainage, increase oxygen to the roots. All of this stuff is still very much attainable outside and even indoors. So we're going to start up here at the top. We've got these grow rocks. These grow stones can help. You can put them at the bottom of your soil bed and it really does help with drainage, or you can actually put these in your hydroponic grow and use it as just a way to stabilize the roots and keep your plants upwards and upright in order to keep that photosynthesis going. So these inert medias are really nice when we're talking hydroponics. We're going to go down to perlite. All right, guys, this is perlite. Perlite's an awesome media. It can be used in your soil amendments. It helps increase drainage and aeration to your roots, but it can also be used hydroponically. When we use it hydroponically, it does behave a little bit different because it tends to absorb water and nutrients and then release them a little bit later. Once we kind of get that down, you can grow directly in perlite. I don't necessarily recommend it. I actually recommend using perlite with your medias to, like I said, increase aeration and increase drainage. You can also add it to your coco to help give it a little more substance and keep it from compacting around the roots as you water. But perlite is kind of an all-out necessity. If you look at any media aside from a raw cocoa and rock wool, you're pretty much going to find some perlite in there, just different coarse grades.
Thank you for watching and stay tuned for next week while we cover nutrients.